Let's go.
All right, guys, happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everyone. Welcome back to another live episode of Mental Theater. We got the Avengers in the building. Happy holidays, Avengers. How we doing?
What's going on? Happy holidays.
Pretty good. Same to you guys. Happy holidays.
What up?
So, a lot to talk about. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, sound good.
All right. So, a lot to talk about. So, I guess we should get right into the Mandalorian season finale. Tony Stark Jr., did you see the season finale?
Listen, man. Best moment in the whole show. I was a little kid again.
Oh, you saw? I had bets against you, Tony.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I told you know what's crazy? I told Mike once I started watching it, once I got into the show, it was over. You know, once I had my daughter's password, that's the only thing that was slowing me up every so often. But I had her password. It's on both my PlayStations. There's no reason for me to miss the show. Like I was trying to watch the show the 12 midnight that night, and Mike was like, "No, it come out 7 in the morning." I was like, "Oh." Somebody told me it came out at midnight.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
7 in the morning.
And I didn't even know it was the season finale. I totally wasn't paying attention to the amount of episodes, so I didn't even know it was the season finale. I was just trying to watch the next episode.
I was in the same boat. I was kind of like, "Oh, it's the season finale." Hey. I was a little sad.
It's kind of a short season, 8 episodes. I wish these shows would do more episodes.
That would be nice.
Yeah, but the episode was great. Like, I mean, I thought it was action packed throughout. It was a lot of fan service, but also a lot of good moments. How'd you feel about Grogu leaving there? Chloé? That's your guy.
So I shed a tear. Almost. My eyes got a little water. I was like, no, Grogu. I don't want him to leave. And I'm like, they better do something because wait, did we talk about the episode prior to the season finale?
No, we missed that one too.
Can we back up a little bit? You guys mind? Let's go back because we need to dissect how Grogu wasn't even in that episode.
I think for the best, but okay.
And I was a little upset about that. I'm not gonna lie. Even though the episode was amazing, I was just like, are they trying to wean him off the show? Because if they are, I'm upset.
Well, wean you off of Grogu, but yes.
I think they were showing that they can still have a good episode without, the kid in there and stuff like that. And that was a good episode,
I didn't miss it all, and we got Mando without his helmet again. So there you go.
It was great.
It was.
But bro, you can't have Grogu and then take him away.
Well, here's the thing though. I felt it was I see what you're saying is that the storyline has Grogu in it. So it felt like it was a filler episode, but to be fair, the whole thing was right now in the show was they was trying to get him back. So they had to have some type of part of the whole, because it'd have been weird if they took him in the next episode, they got him right back, That'd have been that wouldn't have flowed good to me.
I didn't want them to get him back that episode. I wanted to see what he was doing.
Okay.
The last time I saw him, he was sleeping with the handcuffs on. And I'm like,
little handcuffs, right?
Is he okay? Can I just get a glimpse of him? He didn't have to be to me he didn't have to have any, major parts, but I just wanted to see him. Is the baby okay?
I thought that fight scene on top of the cruiser in the episode before, when they kept coming after him, I thought that was a great scene.
It was kind of deep though, because who were those people? Weren't they the natives of the place?
Yeah.
That was kind of deep because I'm like, y'all are good guys, but y'all beating up
bandits.
They had a plan. They had to get to where they had to get to. They had to get the information.
I get it, but see, and that's where the good side and the dark side, it's relative, because if you think about it, it's he's going to save the kid, but he's also killing villagers who are trying to defend their land. So it's who are you?
Well, hold on, because I would say in Star Wars lore, usually the Empire or whatever evil side is going to be in a place like that where it causes you to do things like that in order to to get to them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's forcing your hand. So that was number one. It was a means to an end, right? A necessary evil, as Tony would say. Number one. Number two, with Grogu being in jail, and again in Star Wars lore, when we see Leia in jail or whatever, you don't need to see her. She's just in jail. She's in a holding container. There's nothing going on. For him falling asleep, throwing around stormtroopers and doing all that other stuff, that was the extent of his existence in that time. There's nothing else to see there.
You know what I would have liked? Okay, wait, I'm gonna respond to two of your points, or one of your points, and then I'm gonna add my other point. So your first point, he got the Dark Knight sword.
Well, that was in the final.
Saber,
that was in the finale.
Spoiler alert. But he was doing some dark side stuff. He was blowing up all those people, the villagers. They were trying to defend their land.
But they were shooting at him. He shot back.
Of course they were shooting at him because he was disguised as their enemy.
Could I make a point to that, Chloe? I think
Go ahead. Oh yeah, go.
No, I was just gonna say, I think what you're missing is that the show is revolved around the Mandalorian, and he's neither a good guy nor a bad guy. So I understand your point of a good and bad guy, but this show is based around a guy that's neither good or bad. He's a bounty hunter. You know, he's a hitman for hire, so to speak. He's a hired gun. So we don't have to follow the same rules as the other TV show where it's like, what? He-Man just killed Skeletor? No, that doesn't exist in the show. And good or bad, he's just on a mission.
1,000%. Thank you, Tony.
Okay, that's a great point.
And again, as Tony said, he's literally playing on both sides.
Right.
And he still has integrity throughout because he's a Mandalorian. So that's why.
If you go all the way back, the first mission to get Grogu was a job from the Empire or whatever they took for the money.
Correct.
So it's about his evolution from the bad side to the good side. But
he was never on the bad side.
He was never on the bad side.
You can't I don't like
that. No. In the Star Wars galaxy, Jedi are good.
Yeah,
they're bad, and Mandalorians are bounty hunters in the middle. That's it.
That's right. That's it.
Okay, so he's not forced to pick a side, but he has dark saber, so maybe he's gonna be dark.
No.
And to your second point, Josh, about the Grogu being stuck in there, I would have liked to see him try to escape.
He did.
No, I wanted to see more of that. Like I wanted to see
the little cuffs. They stop his force powers.
He can still do things.
No.
Training.
Talent without training is dangerous.
Like, you know how that other episode when he was determined to eat the eggs, and he was eating the eggs, like
eating the ladies' babies. Yeah, I remember that.
He was being a naughty little baby boy, and he was eating the last of their
50 years old.
He's still 50. That's young. It's
without the cuffs. But
I wanted to do sneaky stuff like that with the cuffs on, like try to because what I would have liked to see more of is him and then the Star Troopers, and then him trying to persuade them because they're a little stupid.
He can't speak though,
but he has the big eyes and he can
big eyes. I think it was becoming too Grogu centric, I think they had to kind of start to move on from him and whatnot. So I think the next stories
you off specifically, Chloe.
Well, you know what? What's gonna happen is they're gonna do a spin-off show with him training with Luke in the school, and I'm okay with that. And then maybe I'll watch The Mandalorian if he makes a cameo. Honest.
Let me ask you guys this though. I guess when I first heard of The Mandalorian, right, nowhere did I think of Grogu. I mean, I heard about him, right? Like Baby Yoda, whatever. I was like, okay, I had no clue he was going to be such a prominent character or the story was going to be around him. But I think they, let me ask you this. Did they dig themselves in a hole? Because as Chloe is saying, Mike said, they had to kind of wean us off of him a little bit. But did they dig ourselves in a hole? Do we now think of The Mandalorian and always think of Grogu, right? I'm even asking myself, can season 3 really not have him? But technically it's about the Mandalorian, not him, but they made him the main focus of the Mandalorian's thing. So I don't know. I mean, they may have gained a lot of followers, a lot of fans because of Grogu. So my question is, did they dig themselves in a hole by now they want to
Wonderful question, Tony. Go ahead, Big Mike.
And also sold out of merchandise. See, you're right about that, because of him. But So the first season, he was just trying to protect them, and then the second season, he was given a mission to take him to a Jedi. So I don't know if they just stayed together, what would be their purpose to be together. So that's the only thing. I'm like story wise, I don't know.
Thank you.
Okay, I have some creative ideas there. So my prediction is next season they're gonna fast forward. They're gonna do a time jump, and he's gonna be halfway through his training or something, and be like in trouble somewhere, and he's gonna cross paths with the Mando, and then Mando's gonna have to take him and save him. Because technically, when he becomes a Jedi, they can be a team. Because it's like his dad.
Yeah, okay. Now I agree with that. If they did a bigger time jump where he can kind of function on his own, but now like he's just in the way, and if he's not on a mission to take him anywhere, I don't see what their purpose would be as a group.
In a way, he's there. He's like his companion.
No, I think it's dad.
Chime in.
Yeah.
It's like single dad vibes.
Go ahead, Tony.
Yes, please, Tony. Thank you.
Yeah, to chime in, I feel like this show needs, to be honest with you, Grogu. Yeah, he's a lovable character, but I feel like it's called the Mandalorian for a reason. Josh made a good point. He's just a job, to be honest. Or Mike was saying the first season, he's protecting them. Second season, his mission to get him. He did his mission. I mean, yeah, for the people like Chloe that liked him so much, it's gonna feel weird. But I feel like, to be honest with you, this is getting the show back on track. It's true. Its true intentions is probably for the Mandalorian to do missions and stuff, I would think, right? So I feel like he grew. Maybe they didn't intend for Grogu to be so prominent, but he was so lovable. But I feel like now we need the show to get back on track, right? Like let's like how I felt about The Witcher, kind of like, all right, let me see these missions.
The girl. Right.
Let me see these missions now that you go on and hunt and kill creatures instead of you just stuck to one long thing, right? So it'd be cool to have the Mandalorian. I mean, obviously it's cool to have a background story, right, that keeps tying things together. But this could so be the show where each episode doesn't have to tie extremely together, And I feel like
and I think they will, to your point, because they set it up, because now he's got the Darksaber, but the other chick, she wants it, but she don't want to fight him for it. So I think that'll go to a good storyline, and something like that. It got nothing to do with Grogu. So again, he will just be in the way,
Absolutely. Like and again, everyone's making phenomenal points. And to Chloe's point, I think it's a great question. Like, what's going to happen? Because you have a lot of interest because of Grogu, a lot of merchandising opportunities, Big Mike said. However, as Tony brought up, Big Mike, when you and I first did the first review for the first couple episodes for Mandalorian, we thought it was phenomenal, and Grogu wasn't even in the picture. So just
barely mentioned him at all. Yeah.
Right. He wasn't even introduced yet. So even before that, the show was phenomenal. It had the Star Wars lore because of a Mandalorian character. Number one, but number two, now you have the spinoffs with the Boba Fett and Ahsoka Tano, whether it's going to be limited series. So now you have a lot of different ways you can go. Now I guess we could talk about the finale with the Luke Skywalker making an appearance, the Master Jedi himself. I really thought it was going to be the Sebastian Stan, but they did the deep fake, which I wasn't really a fan of, but I was just happy to see him.
Yeah. So how you thought it looked? Because I know Tony didn't see a difference, but how did you think it looked, Josh? Yeah.
I thought it was cringeworthy. I was like, oh.
Really?
I mean, because again, after seeing the Sebastian Stan, I'm like, he's under the Marvel, Disney umbrella. Put him in there, draft him.
Well, I think they did it so he could get credits. The original
Mark Hamill? Yeah, he did get credit for it. He got paid,
so he can royalty. I think that was like some backhand, like some, like homage, right? I think moving forward, because it's so expensive to do it, I don't think that they're going to continue or have it again because it costs too much money. But I think that they're going to refer to Luke and the baby, and but I feel like it's gonna be a spinoff show, y'all.
It should be though,
because I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna. Mando's cool, but the characters are kind of irky to me. They're cringy.
I remember Disney was saying they wanted to do almost a Kylo Ren origin story, so you can't tell that story without Luke. So there's different ways that you can connect all these storylines. And again, they said they're going to go away from the Skywalker bloodline saga in terms of feature film, but you can still have elements of it in the TV series, and we have the Obi-Wan series coming eventually. So Luke is going to play a part in a lot of these different series.
I want to see Darth Vader. When is he coming?
He's gonna be an Obi-Wan, actually.
Is he gonna be a Mando?
No, he's going to be Anakin Skywalker, basically.
An Obi-Wan series.
Aiden Christensen coming back.
And then they had R2D2.
And God, I think he recognized Grogu from Order 66.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think that he recognizes him for sure. And that whole scene with Luke, it definitely was like the Rogue One scene with his father. I love how he was killing those damn dark. What do they call it? The dark troopers or whatever.
He was chopping them down.
Those things were badass.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I want a dark trooper.
What?
They're black and red.
Yeah,
and
but
they play. They don't.
Yo, their
they
battery
don't play.
life. Your cell phone lasts longer than them. Get out of here.
It's fine. That's good. Kill. Sleep. I like to sleep. I need one of those.
They're like a Tesla of robots.
And
I would prefer the Iron Man suit to protect over me. That's just me.
Is a black Iron Man?
Now, in terms of having, let's say something like a robot force to protect you, I would have the Iron Man version.
Well, also that's the first round. Like, they didn't even perfect them.
That was the third round. No, that was the third round.
That's the third round.
Thank you.
With the battle.
Yeah.
Like iPhone 3.
To be fair to regular people, they were pretty serious. Obviously not to the Jedi, but to regular people, they were super feared. But one thing I want to say was I was going to post a video in the chat, and that's why I wrote that one day. I said, did everybody see it? The finale, because there's a video with Mark Hamill when he watched the finale. He didn't know that was going to be Luke. He had no clue. They got his reactions watching it, and he's like, "Oh, is it this person? Is it that person?" And and as watching it, he was like, "No." He seen the green sword. He's like, "Nah, it's not Luke. It's not Luke." And he's watching. He was like, "Oh!" Like, he was as excited as we were. He was like, "What? I didn't know he was that animated. Like, I know he did a Joker's voice, but he's doing all these crazy. Like, he's just an animated individual." But yeah, I'm gonna put it in the chat now. Well, I don't know if everybody's seen it yet, but yeah, you got to see it.
I'm sure Nate's seen it. He's on Star Wars out. So.
Well, then he had no clue. He had no clue.
See, again, and this is the problem I have with the deep fake, because essentially you compile, use the technology, get all his audio, I guess, spectrum, for lack of better words, to formulate his dialogue in the series. And then you have his face the same way they did with Leia and R.I.P. Carrie Fisher. For me, it was just, right. It was too cringe worthy for me. I was just like, I would prefer to have someone actually perform it. Kind of like how they did with Samuel L. Jackson and Captain
Marvel. Yeah.
I think that's a better solution. So I would rather them did that with Mark Hamill to give him that credit, have him come in. Mm-hmm. I think more fans would have been more souped for the finale, even though it was phenomenal anyway. I just thought that would probably have more prestige about it than to go about it this way. Because it's like, as Tony was saying, Mark Hamill literally had nothing to do with the production. So and you just put his name in there and you plopped this face, like,
so he could get paid.
I think Mark would probably prefer to actually perform, especially since how he was disappointed with how the legacy ended, right? So I felt. Man. So again, I think
he got a paycheck and didn't even know why it came. He was like, "Why I got this paycheck?"
Exactly.
I will say this though, for my untrained eyes, I watched it. I guess maybe I was so excited. Like, I seen the green lightsaber and I was like, all right. Nowhere did I think Luke was going to be in it. Right. I feel like, okay, they're going to get some no name.
Really?
They're going to get, I'm like, they're going to get a different Jedi. Right. To be honest, not to knock Mandalorian, I feel like Luke's too big to be in this show. Like, the Luke Skywalker character is just too big. They're going to get somebody else. Right. So for me, that's why I was so excited. I was like, wow, they really gave you Luke. Like, they could have chose anybody. But
so
Luke
when did you know? When did you know it was Luke in that scene?
I didn't know it was Luke till he pulled the thing until I seen his face.
Okay, when he had the glove over the robot hand, you didn't see that.
I was just watching it, and I'm thinking, like, all these they put Ahsoka in there. All these people. My brother's a diehard fan. He done told me about a million different people and this and that. You guys mentioned, I don't know, whatever the other person that you just mentioned. And I just thought, like, okay, Mando to me is a good show, but it took me a bit to get into it. I'm like, they're not gonna use Luke's character in this show. Not to be knocking it, but I feel like this show is good, but it's like you're gonna save Luke for like Obi or something, or you're gonna save Luke for something, but not Mando.
So I knew it was Luke when the green lightsaber lit up, because nobody else has the green lightsaber. That's when I knew it was Luke.
Green lightsaber, the black glove, and wearing all black.
But to the point, the one thing I wanted to say was it didn't bother me. Actually, I hit Mike up. I was like, "Yo, was that CG or not?" Because everybody kept again. That's why I don't like rumors, because all these rumors. I was wondering, like, did they get Shaw to play him? Was that really him? You know, I wasn't sure. You know, so for me, I guess my untrained eye, I just looked at it in excitement, like, "What is Luke?" And I was like,
but it's amazing how much fear Jedi's like. They were still scared, like whether they know he was good or bad inside the room. Like Jedi, like the galaxy fears Jedi, like it's going out of style. It's crazy. And like to your point, Tony, like Mando's supposed to be like the hero and the beast. He was getting shit by those dark troopers and whatnot. But Luke was just chopping them down like it was nothing.
He also had the lightsaber. Like when Mando has the dark saber, he about to be chipping them too.
They don't got the force though, or whatnot.
But isn't he gonna have to use the force to use the dark saber?
No. That's not how that works. And we can get into that next.
Wait, can I just say one thing? He has a midichlorian in him, like everyone else. Maybe he has.
I mean,
that's what they said. They said everyone has some in them.
Oh, I guess you're right. On that one.
But his level isn't high enough. The thing is, for you to build the force, the midichlorian level has to be a certain level.
It has to be exceptional. It's just like regular people versus professional athletes. You're just born athletic.
Okay.
It's that concept.
Question. So this might be far-fetched, but what if the baby has a connection with him because he has some type of something special in him that we don't know yet?
Well, again, they had the same, let's say, concept with Finn, and they botched that. So I doubt they're going to do that.
How y'all feel about the whole team though, with the girls and the girls, Sasha Banks, Tony, the rest of them, stuff like that?
They irk me. I don't like the girls. I don't like them. I like Ahsoka.
Okay, you don't like the other Mandalorians?
They corny to me. Like they're cringy. Like I just don't. It's just.
All right, my favorite female on the show is I don't know her name on the show, but
Cara Dune.
Yeah, that's my girl, Gina Carano.
Yeah, Cara Dune. That's her name.
One with the one cornrow.
How do you think your girl Sasha Banks did, Tony?
I think she's all right. I mean, I feel like she don't do much, but I mean, she got a couple lines in. You know, I mean, she's all right.
Okay.
Yo, but to your point, Miguel, Moff Gideon was absolutely terrified that it was Luke.
Terrified.
His eyes. Again, throughout the entire series, he never showed an ounce of fear. He was petrified.
He wasn't scared when Luke hit him. I mean, when Mando hit him up, like, "I'm coming for you. You better be ready." He got a little scared then.
No, he wasn't that scared.
No, I don't think he was that scared. I thought, not for nothing, I thought that was one of the dumbest lines, because I felt like and he got like these a legion of these troopers, and Marth should have been looking at the screen like, if you don't get out of here. I felt like he should have had like a better one line, and he means more to me than you will ever know. I'm like, bro, how are you even gonna get in? But that was a good play.
Because essentially in Star Wars and in Star Trek, any of these stars, galaxy, whatever, it's all about planning, right? So you essentially tell your enemy that you're coming, so they have a plan, which he did have a plan, and he had to get Grogu. So you don't think he's gonna have a plan when you come to get him?
But you also have to realize that Mando has the legend behind him.
Oh yeah, so thank you. So can we get into that, guys? Because technically, Mando is now the king of the Mandalorians. He's Mandalore because he has the Darksaber and he won it in combat.
He's freaking Jon Snow now. He don't want to be king.
Before he got the Darksaber, he got sane in the galaxy. Everybody knows about him. Like, think about all the voyages that he had been on before he even made it to Moff Gideon. He killed. He has the staff.
The Beskar staff. Yeah, he does.
He got the Beskar. He killed the freaking sand monster. He's done all this stuff. So he's saying, you messing with the wrong one, I'm coming. And you don't think, and then Moff Gideon knows about him. He knows everything, right? So he knows about all the stuff that Mando's done.
I get it, but he's not Jedi though. That's a different level. I'm just
Different
saying.
level.
I don't know. He looked a little bit to
but
me.
no. But hold on, you got to remember, Moff Gideon beat the lady where the lightsaber, the dark saber. Bo-Katan, thank you, Miguel.
Oh,
so he already faced off with the Mandalorian.
But she's a woman, number one, so he probably at her like.
You hear, Miguel?
I'm gonna just say it because he probably looking at her like, yeah, and what? I got the dark saber from you. But Mando came in there like Mando had more stain than Boba Fett. No,
Bo-Katan, yes.
Bo-Katan, I mean, not Boba Fett. That's the other guy, Bo-Katan, because she needed Mando's help to get it back. So if she's asking for him for help. He's number one in the galaxy. I think y'all not giving him enough credit.
No. We're giving him plenty of credit. It's just that it's different in the Star Wars universe. That's it. There's just a hierarchy of respect in the galaxy, and Jedis and Sith, any space wizards, let's say, they're always going to be at the top. Mandalorians, they'll be on. I would say they could be on par with the Han Solo and Poe Dameron in terms of their ability or whatnot, but they're not going to usurp Jedi.
So can we talk about he's the Jon Snow of the Star Wars galaxy?
Shout out to Mr. Urban
What up,
World.
Urban World? So not only does he have the magic in him, because now he got the dark saber.
You are the last dragon.
He also is a Mando, and he's not just any Mando. He is the Mando.
No, he's not the Mando. He's a man.
And not only that, he got he has the kid on his side. Y'all know.
Go ahead, Tony. You were saying something.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, speaking of that, why don't we talk about the very end with Boba Fett?
Yeah,
getting Jabba the Hutt's lair.
The spinoff, yeah.
Yes, cool. The whole show.
He came in like a beast, and I like that him and Fennec Shan are staying together like a little team or whatever like that.
Exactly.
Like that.
So are they dating?
No, she's in his debt apparently still, right?
Yeah, because he saved her life. Yeah.
How many are there?
How many?
I think there are only like 4 spinoffs, but there's 10 new shows coming total in the Star Wars world. Like Lando Calrissian's getting the show.
Yeah.
It's just so many.
Donald Glover.
He's Lando.
They probably will all connected, right?
That's gonna be lit.
No, it's different time frames because Lando's time frame is, during the whole like Anakin time frame. Like Obi-Wan won't connect to Mando because Mando takes place after the Empire fell, where Obi takes place before the Empire. So it's like several years before.
Exactly, Mr. Urban World. You are the last
dragon.
Are the last
dragon.
But Ahsoka, Mando, Boba Fett, and Rangers of the Galaxy, they'll all connect somewhere.
And hopefully Obi-Wan as well. Hopefully.
I think they all connect. I think they will all connect.
I feel like
technically they all connect anyway. It's all the same long Star Wars story, to be honest with you.
Right.
Yeah.
And the kid, he lived so long, he probably in every storyline.
But here's the thing. So to your point, and I agree, like regardless of how you feel about Grogu, and I feel like his fan service because they put him in every scene or whatever. I think that if they do this correctly, and now that Kevin Feige is in charge of Star Wars direction and what they're doing with the vision as well, I think if you can build this up the right way, there's a way that you can build up Grogu's legend in the TV series, and he's already a cult hero. So by the time he's grown up, he can be a film star, and we can actually have a younger version of Yoda in his prime taking the galaxy. I think that would be phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
If they could almost figure out a way to say like Grogu went off somewhere after he left his training with Luke, and then he comes.
Hey, listen, they can do that. That's what they did with Captain Marvel.
Right, basically. And then
Hey, listen, and I had things to do out in the galaxy.
Right. And then he comes back like after Kylo Ren, all that stuff. He comes back, he just shows up. They could do it like that. But right now,
young, he still could be young.
He still could be young and stuff like that. Because that's what everybody's saying. Like, well, Grogu's with Luke. Where the hell was Grogu when Luke? What's her name? The chick, went to meet Luke or whatever. Like
Right.
that. So that's the like, did he die in the fire with Kylo Ren?
He went back to Mando.
I mean, they could get that easy. You know, he could have been a little mission at that moment. She came.
He went back.
No, I said they could get away with that easy. He could have been on a mission when she showed up. You know, I mean,
that could have been. Yeah. You're right. I know. I agree. Yeah. Or not.
So again, hopefully they do the right thing because they have a great opportunity here.
Spike Lee.
Ask you guys this: we often talk about hindsight, right? And how some people who would have known, right? Do you think they knew or had a feeling that this Grogu character could be like we're saying?
Yes,
that's strategic.
That's demographics, Tony.
Totally strategic.
Absolutely, because for the most part, I would say people like Chloé, and and she brought it up. She ain't like the ladies, but mostly the ladies, right? Who have an affinity for babies will be attracted to Baby Yoda, right? Just as a character.
Kids love him,
right? That as well, and that's the biggest demographic in terms of consumers, because parents are going to buy whatever for their kids.
Disney Plus guys.
My question is this: I get that, right? That makes sense. Toys, T-shirts, whatever. But we're talking about future. Him being a character, it's starring in a movie. Do you think they thought like, you know what, we're gonna make this cute little character, and we could take this one day. He could be like the new Jedi in a movie, or a cartoon or something.
Yeah. Yes, only because we've never seen another creature like Yoda's let's say species before besides Yoda. He was a one of one at the moment.
I thought, isn't that lady with the big glasses? Isn't she one of them?
Maz?
No. You know, Yaddle. Who was in the first one? She was in Phantom Menace. Then she disappeared out of nowhere after that.
Was it Phantom Menace? I thought one of the newer.
He's talking about Maz Kanaf.
Oh no, she's not that same species. Yeah, no.
She pull him down or whatever.
No, she's not the same species. No.
Yo, Grogu's gonna be lit. Watch. Kids love him.
He's gonna be like Goku. Grogu's gonna be like Goku.
He's gonna be like Pikachu.
No. Relax, bro. Don't put them.
He's gonna be he's already like Pikachu. He's recognizable everywhere.
Not for nothing.
You know him.
Pikachu was
that, Tony?
No,
yeah, Pikachu's a beast.
Pikachu's a beast in Pokemon.
You didn't have to watch Pokemon to know who Pikachu was, and people don't have to watch Mando to know who the kid is. So
because Yoda did that. Yoda did that work. You know,
and this is my point. This is why. I say yes to your question, Tony.
I feel like that's only relevant for people who used to watch Star Wars,
which is at least a quarter of the population on the planet. Billions of people.
That's the parents, right? But if you've never seen Yoda in your whole life and you're a child,
I've never seen Yoda at all. No, it's like
kids never seen Yoda.
Kids. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
So the parent demographic is like, hey, this. First of all, don't talk about Pikachu because he will. You know what, Charles? We're not even gonna go into that because it's a whole nother debate. Okay, I know my Pokemon, but
you know what that translates to, right?
What?
Pocket demon.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, y'all don't know about that. Oh, all right. The day after. All right.
Tamagotchi?
No.
But anyway, like I was saying, the parent demographic is for people who know who Yoda is. And the kids don't know who Yoda is, but they know baby Yoda. I mean, the kid who's so cute and he does stuff.
Kids don't care about that.
You know what they could do? They could take them and put it in like an animated series for like the kids.
It's gonna be a movie.
I would say all of the above. I mean, no, Miguel, that's a fantastic point because I feel like that's the bridge to the film, right? So you have him in this version with the Mandalorian, then eventually he'll be in the animated series, which will be legend even more, and then eventually when he's all grown up and more, like you said, he can take care of himself. Maybe he's at the Anakin age. Maybe he's a couple hundred years in the future. So he's a prime Yoda at like 300 years old. And he's like an ultimate warrior that we've never seen before.
Yeah, he could be training a student or something, yeah?
Right.
It's not demon. It's Pocket Monster.
Oh, wow.
It's Pocket Demon, by the way. So let's ask some people from Japan and anime film, the anime scene, what a pocket demon actually means.
Is that something?
Digimon was better anyway. But
Digimon sucked.
more grown up.
If you didn't make fun of my gaming skills, I wouldn't have corrected you. Oh, you got a challenger.
Well, I feel like Tony Stark Jr. and myself always have a challenger with Mr. Urban World. He's great.
Always, man. He's the biggest. This guy's oh man. And after I demolished him in the Pac-Man tournament, I just thought he was gonna go away.
And he went a little silent for a couple of days. You noticed?
Josh, then he tried to come at you on the Sandy Anthony show asking you about traveling. Well, Josh, where have you been? And you had to
yeah, Big Mike was there.
I was there. Yeah.
Then he wasn't done yet. He was like, "Well, do you speak different languages?" I'm like, "Bro, let it go, man. Just sit yourself in the corner." All right.
Do you want to talk about wait, you see Wonder Woman yet? Tony, still no?
No, I'm gonna see that tomorrow.
Okay.
You got Wonder Woman also?
Not yet. So I was actually going to ask Mike if you wanted to give your not a spoiler-free review, but just your original thoughts. Like maybe save that for a Big Mike Little Ant type of thing. But like,
you could get your
first thought.
Yeah, there you go. For your impression.
Okay. Yeah, my first impressions, I'll say. So I watched it last night actually. So I'm gonna make sure I don't spoil anything for anybody. I thought, in my opinion, I think I think the first one is better. So I definitely will say that. Even though we're not.
I can tell from the trailer.
Wait,
but
what's
thank
he
you.
watching? What did you watch?
Wonder Woman 1984.
What?
It came out on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, the Wonder Woman.
Oh, Wonder Woman.
Right. So as we talked about on the theater before, I could tell that the first one was better from the trailer, so that's not a surprise. Please continue, sir.
I know. I just want to put that out there. I thought it was better. I thought Patty Jenkins, the director, I thought she kind of went a little different in her direction for this one. I will say that this is not a spoiler either. I wish they would have kept her more connected to the DCU instead of having her off on her own thing and stuff like that. So that I don't like. I love the scenes with the mascara. And that's in the trailer, so that's not a spoiler either. I love when they go back there. It's like I did the first movie. Like that, I think is always the best parts of the Wonder Woman to me overall. I thought where she's from. The mascara is called the whole Amazon plane or whatever. Yeah, so I love those. Tony will like the '80s scenes. I feel like he'll get into those clothes and the vibe and stuff like that.
I don't like the past stuff.
That's right. That's true.
You didn't like Captain Marvel?
What Mr. Urban said. I don't like whenever I'm more into futuristic stuff. I'm more into sci-fi. I'm more into the realm of fantasy. So whenever we have like a back in the day, old school, it's kind of like what Mr. Urban just said. It pushes me off a little bit. I'm a little more reserved. Like,
Okay. That's fair.
So
yeah.
like,
I watched with my mom on Christmas, and she was just like, yo. I watched with my mom. She was like, yo, I remember wearing that outfit. I remember wearing that hairstyle. She was kind of taking her back to like nostalgic place and whatnot. So
it's like I said when you asked me about like war movies, whatever. I'm sure I'll see it, I'll like it, but it doesn't pull me in. So I'm sure I'm gonna sit down and go, oh, I remember people wearing fanny packs or something, but that's not what's gonna draw me in,
Is it just the 80s? What about the 90s?
Well, as Mr. Urban World said, he was a little upset when Captain Marvel was based in the 90s, but after I saw the blockbuster, I can dig it.
I like the 90s.
I don't want to give too much more out. Pedro Pascal, though, he is in the movie.
Is he really?
Yeah, you know that already, but
he's also in the new Spy Kids. He's all over the place.
Yeah, he's the main villain, Pedro Pascal, and I thought he did a phenomenal job as far as his acting is concerned. It was like, man, it made me wish they did give him more scenes without the mask on the Mandalorian. And I forgot how good of an actor he is, because you know what? It's weird. Like it made me see, like when he's in the helmet, you don't really see his acting or whatever like that. You know what I mean? So much as you do like without the helmet. So I thought he was good. I always think the Chris Pine and Gal Gadot, they work well together, so that was pretty good.
Kirk,
and That's all I'm gonna say. Because I want to give them more. I want to get Tony's main reaction, but it's definitely worth the watch. I will say that.
Because you actually had one spoiler in there, but
So, Big Mike, can I ask you? Can I ask you this?
Wait, hold on. What was my spoiler?
No.
You said that it doesn't connect to the DCU. Like, did I want to know that? I could have at least been in my fantasy. Like, what if they have Superman or Aquaman come out? But you just told me that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
that's been in movie news for like 2 years. They're no longer connected to
Oh,
DCU.
so wait. It's been written somewhere that, hey, just so you know, don't get your hopes up because nobody is going to be in Wonder Woman 1984. That's been out there.
I'll be honest, Tony. As again, I saw the trailer. I could tell it had nothing to do with that. If I'm being completely honest, and the fact that it's in 1984, so it's not like you can have Batman in it.
Nope.
Yeah, but there's always that end of the. You know what? Never mind. Let me not spoil it.
Batman. Why would he be too young?
Person, you stuff out. You know.
So I'm sorry. I put stuff that's been in the movie news. Like Cappy reported on it. All these other people. They're no longer connected to any movies. So it's been all over the place, everywhere. So I thought that wasn't a spoiler and whatnot.
Well, again, if it's in 1984 and when Batman and Wonder Woman met, it was in current times for like Batman, Superman, or in that period. It should be in modern times. So if he was the gray Batman, let's say 40s, 50s,
Warner Brothers put out an article to the
30 years.
Yeah.
10.
Wait a second. In 1984, he was 10.
Oh my God.
I just need to wrap my brain around this. What are you saying, Josh, about the Batman timeline? And he wouldn't be around when he was in the 80s?
Right.
He wouldn't have been old enough in the 80s?
Well, again, he first met Wonder Woman in the recent movies of like, of the Justice League.
Because I feel like in the 90s, he was a grown man. That's when the movies came out, right?
With this timeline. I'm thinking of another time. Right. You're talking about something different. So we're talking about this inception of the Justice League.
Anyway, if I spoiled that part for you, Tony, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I thought Warner Brothers put out a national article, so I thought everybody would have known because they want everybody to know.
Tony like this.
Also, I have a question, Big Mike. I have a logistics demographic type of question. So based upon the contractual deal that Patty and Gail got, with Warner's assuming that, okay, let's just say the film would make $1 billion. Would you think this film would make $1 billion?
No, not at all. 100%. I think Patty and Gail got a sweetheart deal, and I see why other actors and directors are mad they're not getting it. I think that they definitely robbed that studio, in my opinion, because the last movie made like 920 or 890 or something like that. I think this one would have made less money, to be quite honest with you, in my opinion. So
yes, that again from the trailer, that was my guess as well. And I'm sure why Christopher Nolan is so upset. Like, you gave them money, really?
Yeah, when the first trailers came out, I was never into it. But the most recent trailer, a couple months ago, they had a newer trailer. I was like, oh wow, that actually looked kind of good. But yeah, I think they didn't do a good job on trailers in the beginning. But I think the most recent trailer was pretty good. But
I can't wait till you see it so we can talk about it. I got so much I want to talk about this movie, but we'll definitely do a spoiled discussion on Big Mike and Little Ant. So, and hope we can do it.
Is there going to be any singing on the show as well?
Maybe on Big Mike and Little Ant show. not on the spoiled discussion. That's Wonder Woman only. So, but I'll talk about that. So, and also back to Warner Brothers. They're so Dune is they can't put Dune out on HBO Max no more and whatnot. Right. And I heard that the Will Smith movie about Serena and Venus's dad, that he had a deal apparently in his clause that say the movie had to come out theatrically first, so they can't put that out either on HBO Max. So it's a lot that they can't do.
Well, let's just say this: we have a vaccine, right? So let's I put the 4-month timeline, right? So let's see what happens. I don't know, April or something like that. Let's see if.
So, Big Mike, Tony, Claudiz, if you're Venus and Serena's father, are you waiving that clause just so it gets out? Or would you rather wait?
Well, I think it depends on how much of not a movie fan, but logistics. Like, so obviously, when they did the deal, we know that movies in the movies would make more money, right? And you even look at it differently, right? You look at a movie coming out on TV as like it's not a big thing, right? It's like, oh, that's going to be pushed aside. But now, because of COVID and because like HBO got a lot of movies coming out, I think I mean, I guess they have to figure out what they expectations was on how much they was gonna make. I never even knew it was such a movie coming out, so that's just me personally. I don't know if I would have seen it either, but I don't know if you just say, you know what, let me take the money now because HBO has a platform to have people see movies and we can figure something out, or will the economy get back? Will the movies get back to what they used to be, and will it make money? I don't even know.
Well, how you feel about Dune, Tony? Because you know about Dune. Since they want to become a franchise, they want to have 2 or 3 movies. Do you think they should put it out now, or wait, or say no? We want our stuff to be in the movie theater only. So,
I mean, I'm just going by the director. Dune was really pissed off, and he wanted his movies to be. And he said it's an injustice if his movie isn't in the movies. So personally, again, I'm just biased. So you asked me the question. I'm a movie guy. Like I said, I could get HBO Max, but I actually paid the 20. What I'm probably paying more a month for the movie pass than HBO Max. But me personally, I want to see it in the movies. You know, so you're asking me. Yeah, I want Dune. I want them to figure whatever they can to make Dune come out in the movies. You know.
Yeah, well, it will. It will. So yeah, worry about that one.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna go see it in the movies. But I feel bad for these people, directors, and if they can't make the money they wanted to. But then again, how could I feel bad because it's COVID right now, right? Nobody's making what or certain companies are, but you know, so.
But I will say this though, I forgot this point. So I watched on HBO Max on the Wonder Woman, and I do feel as though I probably didn't get the full spectrum because I didn't watch it in the theater, because of big set pieces and stuff like that. I think I missed something for sure. It made me think about it without watching it in theaters. So. Not like missed a part of the movie, but I missed something, So.
Yeah, you know what? That's cool. It was good for you to bring that up because you and I both said we prefer going to the movies. So it's good to have you chime in because you watched it at home and not in the movie. So now that's so. Like you said, you think.
Definitely feel like something was missing for me. Like it was just, it was a movie, but it wasn't the same type of spectrum, especially with those like the scenes, like I said, the Amazon place, like those are large set pieces. I feel like the TV didn't do it justice.
And here's the thing: they're building Wonder Woman up to be. You know what it is too? Maybe 10 years from now, it won't matter. But we're used to a blockbuster being in the movies, right? So you get a like Wonder Woman. It's like before we used to have this thing. If it's a big blockbuster, I gotta watch it in IMAX, Adobe Digital. Oh, I'll watch that in the regular movies, right? Now it's like, do we watch it in the movies or at home? So for me, it's a blockbuster movie. I got to watch it in movies. I can't watch it at home. So that's the thought process. But in 10 years, it might be like, I don't even know what
I thought so, bro. Like, Josh, I thought that streaming and this would become a new way of the world. But the way all these directors are coming out and even the Russo brothers, their newest deal with Universal, like last week, they put a clause in there, must come out in theaters. Like they're not budging or whatever like that. So
I mean, that makes a lot of sense because they're missing on a ton of back end income. So I, as a person who understands capitalism and is in favor of it, and as long as it's fair for most people to engage in that, I totally understand. But I guess it's kind of like if you're an artist, you essentially want your art to be seen by the people first, as opposed for the money.
Can I do that for a second? Offer my opinion. So I'm just gonna say, if I was putting out a movie, I'd have enough clout that if it came out on TV, it's gonna be lit. Okay, let me give you an example. Coming to America. And how I'm envisioning it is everyone is all this social media hype. Everyone's going to watch it. You're going to be on the TV watching it. And guess what? When the movie theaters open back up, I'm releasing it in the movie theaters too. People are going to pay to go see it.
Again, that's fair. But I guess Coming to America is in a different category of film.
Yeah.
because certain type of genre actually do need to be seen in film. Things like Tenet needs to be seen in film. Things like Inception is better in film. Things like Avatar is better in film. Things like Dark Knight is better in film. It's a wonderful film. It's a wonderful piece of content, but the presentation is always going to be more grandiose and more palatable and through the film experience.
Okay, so I have a question. I'm going to parallel this to cake because I'm hungry right now, right? So if the world famous baker came to you and made a cupcake out of his most famous cake of life, and you got a chance to experience it, right? Mm-hmm. You got to taste it, and you tasted it, and it was delicious, but it's just a cupcake. It's not icing. It might have icing on it, but it's not like amazing icing. It's no designs or anything. And then he said, okay, after you taste this is just a little preview. Then I'm going to, make the same cake or cupcake into a giant cake in any shape you desire, which would be equivalent to the movie theater. Of course, you're going to go get the cake too. You're going to eat it.
Go ahead, Tony.
You're going to eat it too. Okay? No. So if I love Batman, I'm going to watch that chunk right at my house. And then they're going to be like, guess what? Batman's going to be in the movie theaters because everyone get the COVID vaccine. And I'm going to go see Batman again in the movie theaters. Like, nah, I disagree. I'm going to see both. Because if I love it, if I'm really like a diehard fan, I'm going to go see both.
Okay, here's the thing. You're preying on people who are diehard fans, right? That's when we get the word a niche type thing, right? So, Mike, would you go watch Wonder Woman in the movies now after you've seen it already at home?
No.
Exactly.
No.
The people are going to watch it at home. What you should have said is, the people who could, I'm going to put this out on a service that people could eat this cake. So for the people who don't have the service, then I'm going to put it out where it's to the public, and then they can eat the cake. That's your analogy. If I already ate the cake at home in the comfort of my home, I'm not going to get in my car. Remember, watching it at home is the lesser thing, right? So if you give me the lesser thing, I'm not going to go out my way, pay more money. So you know what I'm saying? That's what.
Even if the lesser thing is really good.
Not, but again,
like one more question. I'm going to put this question. Mike, would you have liked it more if you saw it in the theater first?
Yes, I said that earlier. I think I would have.
I wasn't listening. My bad.
This is his point, though. That's his thesis, though, right?
Is it because of the special effects or the storyline?
Chloe. There's a film experience. When you consciously choose money to go to a screen that's bigger than any place in your home, and you focus on that, it's a different experience.
So is it because you invested and going to spend the money and driving to the place?
No, gonna do it. Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead. I'll let you go.
Two things. What Josh was saying earlier was stuff like Tenet and Inception. What he was alluding to is Avatar is special effects, right? You see these, and what Mike was saying is certain special effects, these big open scene, right? Like 300 with the arrows flying in the air. Remember, IMAX screen is 75 feet tall. Those are like the biggest, right? Dolby Digital is 65 feet tall or 10 feet smaller, right? So the scenes like that is just larger than life scenes. That you get that blockbuster explosion, with the Batmobile driving, that stuff, you just feel like that's why they make
cinematography. Thank you, Tony.
Okay, so the sound effects and just
that too.
So if you had a home theater.
No,
it's not going to match it. They spend millions on these theaters for a reason. We can't match it. It's not possible.
75 feet tall.
Not 75 inches. Again, 75 inches is a flex. A 75-inch 4K is a flex at home. But 75 feet?
It's not possible. And there's one more thing. It's a thing that the director of Dune spoke about, I think, communal viewing. It's something about when you're able to enjoy the stuff together. It kind of like, it's the energy in the movie theater and stuff like that. You go back and watch the scene in Infinity War, no, even Endgame, when Captain America got the hammer, the crowd, how crazy it was. It's a whole different thing than watching it at home.
You know how many Star Wars movies I went to and people dressed up as Jedis walking around with lightsabers like that? You could go there with just
right?
Black Panther was a whole experience. So okay, I get it. Like if Black Panther came out on VOD, I'd be pissed.
See, there you go.
So I think so. Okay, so let me say this: certain movies, like Josh was saying, you guys are alluding to.
Yeah, what's this certain movie? Yeah.
They come out on camera on VOD first, like Coming to America. Like I'm gonna go see that twice. But like,
wait, in theaters?
Of course. Like I'm gonna watch that.
Wait,
that's
really?
a movie I'm gonna watch more than once.
In theaters.
Listen, I went to the theater to see Django 4 times.
Wait, what movie did she say?
Django. Coming to America.
What? You go see it in theaters twice? I don't know about that.
No, I'm saying I'm gonna watch it on VOD.
And
then when it comes out
in
theaters, I'm gonna go see it in the theaters because I want to do,
I wonder if you really will, though. I wonder if it's like Mike. Mike probably could have said the same thing about Wonder Woman, and then he watched it and he's like, "Nah, I won't." I wonder if that you will really go see it again after watching that movie.
It depends if the movie is trash.
Because
honestly, me personally, sorry to cut you off, Tony. Amazon paid about $200 million for the Coming to America rights.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're better than what they did in the theaters, honestly, by Amazon making the deal with them.
Exactly.
Like, after seeing the trailer, I don't think that the nostalgia is big enough for Coming to America to make it to a big blockbuster. Me personally,
it's a cult classic. It's like Jurassic.
It's not the same movie, but it's not Coming to America. It's Coming to America 2.
The characters in it.
Too long for me. They waited too long.
They did wait too long, and Eddie Murphy has supremely cooled off. He went to hiatus in Hollywood, so his clout has extremely diminished.
I watched it on Amazon because I got Amazon though, so I will watch it now. That's cool, but I don't know if I would have been like quick. I would have saw it in theaters because I watch movies or whatever, and I'm so close. Let's say for regular times, but I don't know if I would have like jumped to go see it first thing out. And if it was like that and something else out, that would have been like on the back burner.
Yeah, I disagree. Like my whole thing is like Coming to America, bro. Like even if it's trash, I'm going to the movies and standing in line just so I could be one in the movies and see it. Right?
You know, hold up. Let me say something. You're really contradicting yourself now. You're contradicting what your whole argument was about watching it on VOD.
No, like, I'm saying it came out on VOD. I'm gonna watch it on VOD and go to the movie. Even if it's trash, I might still go because you know why? Like you guys are saying, the whole experience. Like people are gonna. It's Coming to America has so much cult classic stuff in it, like McDowell's, like. Bro, like it's
now I will say that to her point, like, the communal viewing of the Black culture, if it would have came out, I might have went to see it because of that factor. But it as a movie as itself,
right?
I probably wouldn't have went to see it.
So for the communal factor, that's one of the reasons why I wouldn't go to the theater.
Right.
So, but I didn't see Coming to America in the theaters. I saw that at home. I went
when it came out.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't watch it there, but I watched it over and over and over at home. So like me seeing that in the theater, I would just go because.
Well, it would be interesting. That's a great point. It would be interesting to do an experiment. Let's just do an experiment and put the original Coming to America in theaters, and then you have a follow-up show of the new one, and let's see if people ask for their money back.
You know what though? It depends because sometimes, like, look at Back to the Future.
Now, Josh, you just made a good point. That's what they probably would have did, and that would have probably worked. They did like a Coming to America package.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Like part 1 and 2 together in the theaters. That would have been a genius idea. I think.
Yeah.
And I think also there's a certain psychology that we're literally missing out on, right? The way the world has worked in film for many years is you see the big blockbuster movie in film, right? Everybody's seen it. It gets old, and then it comes out on HBO, and then you watch it at home as a rerun, or I never seen it in the movies. Let me watch it now. So it's so psychology is so strange to think, hey, I'm gonna watch it on TV at home, and then to Chloe's point, still go to the movies and see it. I can't see that. No, it's like you either gonna watch it in the movies or you're gonna watch it
because of COVID. That's the only reason.
Oh, well, yeah.
Because of the limitations placed upon us, like because of the environment. So if it was just like, regular times where you could go to the movies, I think I might have a different opinion.
Again, based upon the trailer that they gave for Coming to America 2, I wouldn't be lining up to go watch that in the theater.
I don't watch trailers, so
and I absolutely love Coming to America. I own it, right? But nah.
I mean, it's also that like Coming to America 2 is gonna get people off of clout.
No, Chloe.
No, I'm saying off the clout because the first one was so good.
I get that. But if we look at the trends from, let's say, sequels and prequels, usually those suck.
They suck. But that's fine because I'm gonna just go see it just to support.
I'm not gonna go see one of my favorite pieces of content of all time be ruined personally.
What if it's not? Okay. Let me just
add my fear, honestly, that'll be ruined.
It doesn't even have the same director.
Listen, sometimes that's a good thing that it's not the same director. Number one, that's a variable.
No.
Number two question is, what movie have you guys seen where the second one was better than the first one?
The Dark Knight. That's it.
I will say this. My all-time favorite sequel is Final Destination 2, but I still don't think it was better than part 1. It was just, I thought it was a really clever sequel because, so I guess, I don't know.
Terminator 2 was way better than Terminator 1.
And for y'all, Spider-Man 2, right? With Tobey Maguire.
Yes.
But this is the point that we're making. You see the type of films fit into that category. Coming to America is not that type of film or that type of genre.
What about Rush Hour 2?
Phenomenal.
No, it's not better than 1.
No?
It's better. To me, it's better than 1.
Bad Boys 2?
Bad Boys 2 is not better than 1. I'm sorry.
Home Alone 2.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I will give you that one.
But I think the point is we gotta think hard, Chloe.
You gotta think hard.
No one's saying that the second version is gonna be great. I already go into it with a low bar of standard. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, the sequel is gonna be great because I've been disappointed so many times.
Listen, I'll see Coming to America too, but I say this: I got the AMC pass. You could only see 3 movies. I'm not. If it's 4 good movies out and the Coming to America is one of them, I ain't wasting one of my movies on that. It's gonna have to be
Oh man,
I'm watching it on Amazon Prime.
So it's included in Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I'm not going to movies. I'm not driving a half an hour to go see that.
And then
half an hour. Where you live at?
No. And then knowing the intricate details of how Eddie Murphy first asked for too much money to even have the movie redone again. You asked for $50 million.
Did he get underpaid the first movie?
You know what it is for me, Josh? Josh,
that's probably why he asked for so much.
Josh, it's too
first movie. I'm like, give me all the money before this come out because I need my check before I start filming.
It's 2 things for me. One, it took too long to come out, so it did sizzle down. It's not even like I don't think it come. I think when I think Coming to America, I'm like, man, that movie was awesome so long ago. And the second thing is, I'm a big trailer guy. That trailer doesn't look appealing at all. Josh said
at all.
Like, at all. At all. Like I watched the trailer, I'm like,
again, it looks like something I would just turn on the TV because it's on the TV for nostalgia. I'll watch it to see what it's about. But like I'm like you, if I had to drive somewhere, nah, I wouldn't do it. I'm sorry.
So my question is, do you think you guys have that opinion about it because they already knew it was going to be on Amazon Prime, so they just didn't spend that much money on the trailer and stuff?
Hopefully everyone is pleasantly surprised. It becomes another cult classic, but based upon what I see now, I'm not sure. Even the whole premise, why we have to go back to America? Nah.
And even I'm leaving it on this. And even the accents the fake accents they're using, they don't even sound as good as they did back in the day. It's almost like they fell off.
Not even close.
They gotta do them. Right. A little bit. So
they said they're making Back to the Future again. Would you go?
Probably.
And would you go to the movie?
Wait. If Spielberg was part of it, 1,000%.
And if it had a good trailer.
Well, Chloe, to correct myself. So I would still, if Mike just didn't tell me that coming to America on Amazon Prime. I would still go to the movies to see it because I got the unlimited movie pass. So, but here, if I didn't have an unlimited movie pass based off of the trailer, I wouldn't go see it. Now, having an unlimited movie pass and it wasn't on Amazon, I would go see it. I just wouldn't like if there was, because actually AMC isn't unlimited. You go see 3. So if I had to choose, like I would still see it in the movies at some point because I could see multiple movies. But given the choice, that's a movie, and I think what Josh is echoing, that's a movie that you could easily watch at home. Again, it's not our fault. It's the trailer. If the trailer, we probably all been like, I mean, it is what it is. If the trailer looked amazing, then yeah, but
it's actually it gave me a bigger thought process, and I didn't, it's just a longer story, but you don't see too many all black comedies in the theaters no more that are doing well. I don't know when the last time you saw one, and I don't know what happened.
Marlon Wayans, and Marlon was not all black, but he directs it and produced it.
Medea's.
Medea's.
Yeah, probably Madea. And outside of Tyler Perry, like we used to have so many back in Coming to America days and stuff like that. Now there's like none. I don't know what happened. Like, why are they not profitable anymore?
Gentrification, Mike. It's gentrification.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very interesting.
Well, also there's a lot. Honestly, I think it's because we move more into the realm of TV shows because we've been given more access. Like, so if you look at Donald Glover, like he produced Atlanta.
Yeah.
Which is, and then look at Key and Peele. Like, so like I feel like more
you got
directors and stuff.
Well, that's not a comedy. Sorry.
I mean, they're comedic. Like, and then think about all the comedy shows that are coming out. Like Key and Peele had their skit show, and then they have like the Black Girl stand-up comedy show. So I feel like now that we're more access
and secure and stuff like that too. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so like now that we're giving more access to TV, like shows like HBO, and because Netflix was really the pioneer for that, like allowing black creators to have the,
and that's where they're at though, right? It's a bunch of black comedies like on Netflix, right? They come out all the time. I was wondering why we can't get in the theaters like we used to for black comedy movies, like all black cast.
Yeah, the Wayne brothers was dominating tons of black comedies. They created a scary movie, and I didn't even know that, but it was stolen from them.
Yep.
Interesting.
That's true.
Well, the black creators are creating, aka Dave Chappelle, and then they coming in and with the claws in the background, getting it stolen.
But my thing is, as people, kind of like this Coming to America thing, right? Will we pull out the money to go see these black comedies anymore, even in theaters, whatnot? That's the thing.
Trying to support them, we're like, it doesn't look good enough for me. My money is money, so.
Yeah, barbershop, house party. But think
about that, Tony. I hear you.
Think about who directed those. So look at what Ice Cube is doing right now, because he was a pioneer and as far as like these black comedies.
He was Friday, barbershop. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, not only barbershop, but he did the family. The family.
Are you there yet?
Are we there yet? But now he's into politics, so it's like he's putting on different hats because now he has money. And he's able to explore into different realms. So it's like somebody has to pick up the bar. And I think that Donald Glover is doing a great job doing that. I think Key and Peele are doing a good job doing that. But I feel like they're doing more like socially conscious movies and like going into different genres. So like now
my point. Where are the black comedies though in the theaters? That's my point.
I mean, they'll come back. I feel like it's a cycle, right? So it's like we have to pioneer into these different areas first to go back. We've already dominated comedy. So let's try thrillers. Let's try horror. Let's try drama.
Still, those movies are pretty good.
Yeah, Key and Peele movie like Get Out was crazy.
It was. I agree. Yeah,
it was crazy. And it was socially conscious as well. And then now we're having a lot of dramas. And you also have to think about the time period, right? Like 2020 was a very socially political year for us. So it's like, are we going to put out comedies right now?
Well, I mean, even before that, though, 18, 17, 16, 15, I don't remember a lot of black, like he just said, it was on every year, Nutty Professor, Life, Boomerang, like it was so many.
I get it, but think about the social climate. Like, think about, just in the past, I would say 7 years.
But what do you want to kind of like get your mind off of it, go somewhere and laugh for 2 hours, 3 hours, I would think?
look at this, the superhero. So we're just going into different genres. Like we had Black Panther. So now it's like we need Black superheroes. We had the first Black Spider-Man.
Why can't we have it all? Why we have to choose?
Because I feel like we've already dominated one area, and now we have to kind of like explore into different areas.
And
we didn't really dominate though. We kind of had comedy, but they weren't making great money back then. They weren't in the box office numbers.
Friday wasn't making great money. House Party making great money.
They weren't making as much.
So maybe not money, but social impact.
Yeah, but what? But that's what I was talking about. But I'm saying,
Mike is to talk about having everything, just like how it is otherwise. Because
but you can't have everything until you have something of that genre. Like now we're going into fantasy. When do we have fantasy? Like we have Lovecraft Country, which is fantasy.
You have Blade.
Blade was not an all-Black cast.
Wait, first of all,
Vampire in Brooklyn.
Wait, let's let Tony get in there. What are you saying, Tony?
You're getting away with the Lovecraft. We're talking about in the movies, not series. So not in the movies, but in the movies. Second of all, Mike, I think you answered your own question. You said they was not profitable. So maybe they stopped making that many because they just wasn't. It's a simple answer. You don't make a business to not make money unless you're that passionate, right? But at the end of all, you should want to make a profit. So if it's showing that, man, these Black comedies aren't making as much money, then maybe a horror movie is, right? Try handle. So I think you answered the question is they just wasn't making as much money, so they're just tapering off. It's like, okay, we've been at this for how many years, and there's very few Black comedies that blow up, right? So then some Black film directors probably like, you know what? I'm not gonna try my hand at that because it's not making money. I'm probably gonna spend almost as much money to make that movie, you know. And then I think that's just a short answer, you know. America, we got 4 people on this panel. 3 of us is like, and one of us is going to see it. That's showing right there, you know.
That makes sense. You're right. Okay. Yeah, no, that's a good point. I just missed them coming out so good because, to her point, they were social, like they make classics or whatever like that. So I miss having them coming out so frequently.
I think it'll come back. I think that this is just us going into proving ourselves in different avenues. Because once you've already proved yourself as, oh, we can make movies that are cult classics in this genre, then you can always do that. That's already something that's been achieved. So it's like, now we got a Black superhero. We got Black Panther, bruh. Black Panther based in Africa. Look at all the people who were on that set. They hired Black people to do them.
But look at your, I don't want to go too far left with this, but look at what you just said. They hired Black people, right? So a lot of those movies we were producing and making and stuff ourselves. So we got to get to the point where we're hiring Black people to make.
Well, yes, give Tyler Perry specifically. He has a whole singularly. Yes, but he's one Black. All it takes is one, Mike.
Well, to be fair, Black Panther was created by a white person anyway.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, but visual representation. So the thing is, once you get Black people interested in that genre, now when the Black director comes out and a Black and in the crowd is like, oh, we like this. We like seeing ourselves as superheroes. Let's support him or her.
Well, can I say something that's extremely important? That's why this show is very important, because it shows that, you know, Black people do like superheroes. We do like Star Trek. We do like Star Wars. We do like a lot of stuff. So that's why, you know, this is a really important show. I just want to kind of throw that out there.
I agree. Visual representation of a demographic that is not necessarily seen. Even just women liking it. Like, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
The reason I said that, actually coming full circle, Chloe, is I think everything we said is true, but I think part of it is, for Coming to America too, is that as well, that we're no longer trained to go see Black comedies in the movies. We're trained to see them on Netflix and whatever else. So like, it's hard for people to want to say, I want to get up and go see this Black comedy in the movie anymore. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. And you know, part of me is like, even with the scary movies, like even though the Wayans brothers directed them and I knew that, after a certain period, I felt like it got a little culturally washed for me.
I agree.
You could tell that the people in the boardroom, like even with the Dave Chappelle show, right? Why he stopped it. They were putting their mark on content that was created by someone who knows the demographic. And so it didn't become demographically relevant anymore. Like scary movies. Like the first scary movie was lit because it was funny. They wrote it. But then, you know, once it started making money, you got people in the boardroom like, oh yeah, you need to do this and you need to do that. And then it washes down the content for our demographic.
It got commercial.
It got commercialized, and that's a nice way of saying it's not black no more. I don't get it.
Was hilarious.
It went over my head, or it's a little too racist for me. Like I could tell he ain't write this. Let's all rent a jet, yes, and meet up. It's only $1,300 for
Yeah, it's $3,000 per hour. I guess it depends on the type of private plane, Mr. Urban World. So if we want a like a G4 from like 10 to 20 years ago, it'd probably be 3,000. Now it's probably between 6,000 and 8,000 per hour for the newer jets.
They got Jet Uber.
Now, exactly. So in terms of having like almost like a timeshare and like sharing a jet, that makes more sense.
Ed said growing up, he always wanted to be a stuntman so we could have him do the stunts. What's going on with your backflip? Let's talk about that.
The birthday backflip, right?
Yeah, nothing's going on. It's
He say nothing.
My birthday's way, but I have been getting in shape though. Like I have been working out more. Like
gun show.
Yeah, man. I've been kind of hitting it a little bit. I was telling my wife that I need to buy bigger weights now because I just had these 32, 35s, but I got to do too many curls because they're getting light. So and it's not helping me get because it's too light. So
I got a guy who has weights for cheap. It's $50 for a whole pack of weights, and they go up to I think 80 pounds or something. So if you want his stuff,
wait, you get black market weights? Hold on.
It ain't black market. It's just I know I got connects, right? You know how it is in these streets. I got connects. I'll send you his stuff.
Yeah, my wife.
Yeah, I need that.
Yeah, my wife said to me yesterday, "Want to buy them off of Amazon or not Amazon, but PlayStation Marketplace." Here's the thing with weights. Weights. When I was selling my weights, I had a whole weight room. My pool room was a weight room. I had to sell it. Sold everything, right? Weights they're $1 per pound, right? So people know this. So for you to get cheap weights is really hard. You can't find weights like cheaper than $1 per pound unless you got a hookup.
I got I got the hookup, bro.
All right. Hey, I need some too for the crib right now. So
I got you because he had a whole. He probably got more left.
I just want like 2 50-pound.
And the ones I had is like a barbell. So it's like is that what it's called? It's the little weight. So the weight. How do I explain it?
It's like this.
You can curl it. So the way that the barbell, not barbell, the bar.
A curl bar. A curl bar.
Curl bar. So the curl bar is like a long bar, and then there's 2 dumbbell bars attached to it. You can either use it as a curl, like a long bar, or you can take off the ends.
How much?
It was only $50 for the whole set.
No, I'm serious though, Chloe. I'm trying to.
I got it.
Is this on Facebook?
Yeah, I found it.
You got to make sure if it's remember the old stuff, which I don't recommend, was when they had sand inside of the plastic. So
it's no sand. It's new.
Cast metal, and they got those new things, which they're real expensive. So I'm sure it's not that, but where you could connect them and like create how much pounds you want.
Yes, that's the one I have.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you don't slide it. It's not the one you slide, but you could put the weights on the edge. I'll send it to you guys.
We got his information. You gonna let them know we want him?
I gotta find him again. Because I bought it.
All right, Chloe. Waiting on you.
I got you. All I gotta do is take a look at it. I could literally, like I said, I was in the when I was selling my weights, and I gave them away for a steal in the end when I sold everything. For $250, I think.
Hey Tony, man, when are we doing this review, man? Because I want to get it out quick. So
what? The Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
You seeing it tomorrow, right, Tony?
Yeah, I'm seeing it tomorrow in the afternoon. I'm not sure exactly what time, but I think we're going to leave here. We're at my wife's mom's house. We're going to leave here tonight. So we'll probably see it in the afternoon, and then we could do it tomorrow night.
All right, let me know.
You want to watch it tonight or today? Yeah, I want to see it.
We'll figure it out.
Happy Kwanzaa, guys.
I want to hear you guys' thoughts, too, on it, actually. So I'm actually going to watch Soul. I'm going to watch Soul today on Disney Plus. See what that's about.
Oh, my God. We have to watch that, too. See?
Watch what?
It's called Soul, and it's
Jamie Foxx.
Like cast, right?
Jamie Foxx. Black, yeah. All black Pixar movie. Yeah.
Pixar. It's really good. I've been seeing ads on it when I drive up the turnpike. Not the turnpike. Is it the turnpike? No, 287.
I'm watching that today. So.
I'm dying to hear Josh's thought on Wonder Woman. I think Josh has a certain view on movies. I like his view. So I would love to hear, because you have your own lane. You know what I'm saying? Like the certain stuff you like we all do. But I like your. I'd be curious to know what your take would be on Wonder Woman. Once you see it.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see. I wonder if they're trying to directly compete with how Captain Marvel was with the 90s and they went to the 80s with their main woman superhero. I think there's a little bit of competitive rivalry there just from a snapshot of it.
But the only thing, the big plus, and we'll say it over and over, and Marvel has, because that movie connects to other movies, so you're going to seeing it anyway. Like you can't not see it. As Mike already spoiled, this has nothing to do with.
That's funny. A lot of the people who are reviewing it though are saying that they wish it did connect. So same thing I'm saying. So.
But I feel like that is how DC does their thing because they created DC Dark, their own version of the Joker, which is a separate entity from Matt Reeves' Batman and the other Batman.
Yeah, they're all separate all over the place. Yeah, it's crazy or whatnot. So I don't know. We'll see. I think I think Gal Gadot. I think she's gotten a little better since she first came out, but I think she'd be better as an actress still. But that's another thing I'll say about it. But you'll see.
Okay.
Yeah. If Marvel didn't do such an excellent job at movies connecting, maybe we wouldn't look at DC the way we do, because we have it's always a measuring stick, right? So we have something to compare it to. So we kind of look at, it'd been nice if they connected it, but that's just because we watched on the other side. They did such a good job,
I think that's like, I think unfortunately we're in a superhero movie world, so you're automatically comparing like movies to other movies now. It's like it's nothing else you can do or whatnot, and you got to make your movie though, knowing that you're going to be compared to other superhero movies as well. So I think
right.
That's in my opinion. But anyway, let me get out of here, guys. Chloé, let me know about them weights. I need them.
I just hit him up, so I'm gonna see if he has any more. But I'll send you guys a picture in the group chat.
All right, cool.
Bye, guys.
All right, guys. Bye. Enjoy Saturday. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I guess we'll see you in the new year. Last Mental Theater for 2020.
Happy Kwanzaa. Right. Today's the first day. Moja.
Happy Kwanzaa. See you later.
Light your candles.
Let's go.